Hey everybody, welcome to the CNC with Dave show. This is going to be the final CNC with Dave show. We'll get into all that in just a little bit. But first, I want to let all my panel members here kind of tell a little bit about themselves, where you can find them, and maybe tell us what you got going on in your shop here lately. So, Becca, we're going to start with you.
There we go. Hi,
there you go.
I'm Becca Miller, and kind of been out of my shop for a couple of months because I had a fall in the shop, not in my shop, but in my garage, and kind of got hurt. But I've been back in there this week and been having fun. I've been working on the stacked text this week, and I took the Vetric cheese stacked text and made it into Texas. The Dallas Cowboys and the logo on top, and I think it's going to turn out pretty good. I've got the V carve done, and I'm going to try the carving tomorrow to see how it goes. So something new.
Okay. Now, as you were doing that, did you think it was as hard as you thought it was going to be?
Oh,
okay. When I did it,
you should have watched last week's show.
I know. Well, the reason it was hard is because I was taking one that was already there, and I was trying to keep the bottom stuff and putting a new top stuff on. So I had to take their top stuff off and recreate the bottom for the top to go back on. And that was what the hard part was. But other than that, once you get it in your head how it works, it really isn't that bad.
Yeah, it takes a minute to get your head wrapped around how all that works. But if once you figure it out and you understand it, and then you make yourself a template, you can knock those things out really fast. Or at least that's what I did.
Is I made a bottom one for everything, and then I'm going to make one Houston Texans for my sister, and that way I'll just have that one. I'll just plop the other on top each time.
Okay, there you go. All right, well, thanks for being here tonight,
You
Becca.
betcha.
Next, we've got Mr. Lopez.
Hi guys, I'm Juan Lopez from Dallas, Texas.
Or should I say Speedy?
Not anymore.
Right. Learned my lesson. From Dallas, Texas, and you can find me here on YouTube under G Code 1 Design. Thanks for having me, Dave.
All right, thanks for being here, Juan. Next, we've got Mr. Trevor Carter, our Canadian representative for tonight.
Hey folks, Trevor Carter from Trevor's Wood Shop. You can find me on YouTube and all the other social media as Trevor's Wood Shop. Thanks for having me, Dave.
Okay, thanks for being here, Trevor. You got anything special going on in your shop this week? Or?
I've been doing a whole pile of V-carving stuff and getting some new bits and stuff in. I've been ordering a lot of those, I guess, the last few weeks. More or less as they come in, just kind of testing out little projects to try them out and see how everything's kind of fitting together, and so far everything's coming out pretty slick. I'm loving that thing.
All right, well, good. That's good to hear. Mr. Clarity.
How are you? How are you? How are you?
Would you like to tell folks where they can find you? And like, we're just going to pretend nobody knows who you are.
You can just type in Simply Wooden Creations into a Google search, and I will pop up. SimplyWoodenCreations.com, Simply Wooden Creations on Facebook, Simply Wooden Creations on YouTube. You name it, I'm there. And
right.
Thank
thanks
you
for being
very
here.
much. Yeah, I was going to say thank you very much for inviting me here today, because I got something I want to show you off to in a little bit. So that I created with my my GarageWorks CNC.
Okay, excellent. Okay, speaking of GarageWorks, we've got Mr. Russ Meadows right next to the other Russ. Why is it it's always Russ and Russ?
I just don't understand it. Yeah, Russ Meadows here from Rusty Nails Wood Shop on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, anywhere else you'll find me. Thanks for having me.
Okay, and you got anything special going on in your shop this week?
I'm making a bunch of those bulldog plaques that I made. Seems like I can't get away from them.
Yeah, yeah, that turned out really nice.
Yeah, the palette background on it looks really nice.
Yeah, yeah, I like that.
That's what I'm doing.
Okay, good. Well, thanks for being here, Russ. Mr. Pastuelo.
Yeah, g'day, Dave. Thanks for having me on the show. My name's Peter Pasquale. You'll find me on Facebook, YouTube, and Google Plus under the name of CNC Nuts. What have I got going on in the shop? Well, just basically the videos I've been making. I spend most of my time doing that sort of thing at the moment. I've got a project coming up, which might be interesting. But we'll have to see. I've got to wait for some parts to arrive before I get that underway. But other than that, nothing special going on.
Thanks for being here, Peter. And by the way, folks, I think we've talked about keyhole slots, putting them on the back of your plaques and signs and stuff like that. In Peter's recent video, I guess it just came out today, I guess, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And you even have the where they can go and download the file if they don't want to use the gadget.
I made up some G-code files for just doing the slots, so you don't need to go into VCarve or anything like that to create them. You can just you just download, pick the appropriate slot depending on which direction you want your keyhole to go, and run the file, and you're away and laughing. And that's how I do most of my key slots. Rather than using VCarve, I just do them manually.
When I was watching your video, because I kept thinking about how long I had VCarve Pro before I ever realized that was one of the gadgets, you know, or whatever wizard, whatever they call it. Because I'd always just written the code and done them like what you talk about. It's kind of quicker that way, I think.
Yeah, so, the gadgets anyway. Get hidden away. I don't think about them much.
Yeah. I haven't watched your video yet, but when I did my keyhole slot, I just made one G-code file, and I made it, I don't know, 1 inch by 1 inch or something. That way I zero it, run it, put it exactly where I want it each time.
Yeah.
That's exactly
the way I do mine.
Oh, okay. Instead of doing it per project, I just put it where I want it.
Right. Okay, well, thanks for being here tonight, Peter. Next, we've got my good buddy, Mr. Mertzke.
Good morning, everyone. Mike Mertzke here, Mertzke Custom Woodworking.
Good morning.
Lately, I haven't had much shop time. Well, my shop, I got to spend some time over at the Falcon Children's Home Ward's shop lately. We started installing some Norfab ducting for the dust collection system that Norfab actually donated the entire, all the ducting for the entire shop. So if you're in the market for some ducting for your shop, definitely go check Norfab out. Wednesday we should do the final install, and they will be up and running with some dust collection. Thanks for having me, Dave.
Sweet. And a big shout out to Norfab too. That's awesome. All right, next we have Mr. Chipser.
Hey, what's up, guys? Mike Chipser. You can find me on Facebook, YouTube under Wood Chips Tech, I think, and Michael Chipser. I'm actually not at home right now. We're traveling, but I do have a few projects that I worked on. We're at my sister-in-law's house, so we made her a puzzle using the inlay feature of VCarve. You can see. Let me see if I can pull one out. There we go. It was her 1-year birthday present, so that's kind of cool. And also little photo VCarve. So. So
very nice.
Those are the projects I worked on for her birthday. Right now in the shop, I'm doing Raspberry Pi projects, sign projects. I'm about to build some cabinets for the house, all kinds of stuff. So thanks for having me, Dave.
Okay, cool. Yeah, Michael, it's only taken me about 61 shows to learn how to pronounce your last name. I've always usually said it wrong.
That's all right. Everyone does it.
All right, and finally we have Mr. Lindsay.
Hey, good evening, folks. My name is Mark Lindsay. You can find me on, well, let's see. You can find me here on YouTube, especially down in the comments section. I'm on Pinterest. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Twitter. Most active on Facebook, and I'm everywhere. Sometimes too busy to know where I am. But thank you for having me, Dave.
All righty. You got anything special going on in your shop this week?
Oh, yeah, but I think we'll talk about that later.
Okay.
I got to make sure.
I do think it's pretty cool, though. You have a Russ and Russ and a Mike and Mike on the same show.
Yeah. That we do. And they're even sitting next to each other, too.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get Becca to change her name to Mark, but she won't do it.
Only if she gets adopted.
All right. Well, we've got 115 folks watching. That's awesome.
And they've all got their boxes of Kleenex waiting too.
Don't be silly.
Yeah, they do.
I just got a few announcements. If I can get my dog to shut up here. Can y'all hear my dog? He's
just as sad as we are.
Turn around and wanted back in, and now he's wanting out again. Go sit down, boy.
He doesn't know what's going to happen.
He's the only reason we watch this program.
Yeah, he doesn't get this live YouTube stuff. It doesn't matter. All right, I'll let you out in a minute. All right, hold on. I just got a few little announcements, some stuff I want to talk about. One, I wanted to thank Brian Gidney of Summers Woodworking for putting on the Birdhouse Challenge. I have to say I was a little disappointed. I think there was only like 5 entries. But I guess that helped my chances. But anyway, I want to thank Brian for putting that on. And also, congrats to everybody else who entered. I know Ken Moon and let's see, I can't even remember all the Rumi's Garage, I think was one of them. I don't remember who all the others were. But anyway, congrats to all those who entered that. And Russ, you want to talk about the Whirligig Wars real quick?
Yeah, well, I can talk about the Whirligig Wars real quick. They are.
I mean, I know there's only a couple of days left or so, but still, it's going on right now.
Yeah, you've got yours right. You said you were going to enter.
I'm hoping I make it. I cut out some parts today, and of course, I got to do some painting and some figuring out. I'm going to try to get mine in there.
You better make it. But anyway, yes, the Whirligig Wars ends Monday midnight, the 31st, which is Monday. So you got a little bit of time left. You got all day, Monday and Sunday and Monday to finish it. And then right behind that, I would just like to promote is Sterling Davis this year gave me the pallet challenge. So he, between health and some other issues that he has going, he asked me to take over and run the pallet challenge for him. And I am very humbled and honored to do that. So I'll be running the pallet challenge from today forward, and that's from August 1st to August 31st. And get out there and get you a pallet, tear it apart, and make something. And we got some good prizes coming up with a lot of good sponsors. I appreciate all that very, very much. So that's pretty much all my shameless plugs.
Okay, yeah, I wanted to mention both those challenges. I'm definitely going to get in on the pallet challenge too. I've already got a project picked out that I wanted to do anyway, and then I thought, well, heck, I might as well do it out of pallet wood. And
well, can I mention one more thing, and then I'll show my little thing?
Sure.
I don't know if a lot of people don't know it, but Shogun Jimmy or James Jacob over at Shogun Jimmy on YouTube did a skull challenge, and his, I think, ends Sunday night, not Monday night, but Sunday night. It may end the 31st on Monday night, but you'll have to go to Shogun Jimmy on YouTube to find that out, because I don't know that. But anyway, I entered his skull challenge, and I will. You want me to reveal it now or later on? That's up to you, Dave.
That's up to you.
All right. Well, I entered his, and I have not even posted the video at all, so y'all are all getting a first-hand view of my entry into the skull challenge. And
your wood is looking at me.
Yeah, this is my entry into Shogun Jimmy's skull challenge. I haven't even posted the video yet, so y'all are getting a this is 100% other than the painting done on my GarageWorks CNC that I got from Mr. Dave Gatton. Even the even the brick wall is actually carved in. If you want to get close, you can see that it's carved in with bricks.
Nice.
That is very cool, Russ.
So yep.
Thanks for the sneak peek. Wow, I feel honored to get to see that before you even put the video out.
The
Bart
video
Bixel said that's a knife self-portrait.
Yeah, the video not even out yet, and so yes, it was done. It's about maybe 3/8 of an inch thick. Time it carved it all out. This is just MDF on the back that I did the brick wall. I thought that was the easiest to do on the brick wall and have it carve out. This is 3/4 inch pine that it cut that out of, and it took about 8 or 10 coats of red to get those eyes to finally where they would really glow like that. And that's including
some clear and like some lights in the back.
Yeah, I put it. I did like 2 or 3 coats of primer and then like 8 coats of red high gloss paint to get it to do that. But yep, this is my entry, and thank you very much, Dave, for making those machines. They work fantastic. I love, since you sent me the upgrade for the what is it, the Y-axis or the X-axis?
X-axis, yeah.
Yeah, I put that on there, and this thing just cuts like you wouldn't believe. The brick, I will tell you, I did with a. I didn't have one, and I was thinking, like, this is going to take me forever to cut all these bricks out with a 1/8 inch ball nose. So I got on, thank you, Amazon. I love you very much. I got on Amazon and said, I want a 1/4 inch ball nose, and I even paid $3.99 extra, and I ordered it on a Saturday afternoon, and on a Sunday afternoon, I had the 1/4 inch ball nose and was cutting bricks.
Wow.
Gotta love Prime.
Yeah, you gotta love Amazon.
Amazon Prime.
Yep. And you know who the best price and then who could send it overnight was Yonko, I believe, or how do you pronounce that?
Oh, Yannicka or something like that.
Yeah. Yes.
Unico.
Okay.
Unico. There you go. Somebody said it.
Unico. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, they were the only. They had the best price, and they were able to send it overnight, basically. And I got it the next day and carved the brick out and got that thing done. So, but Dave, your machine worked great. I love it.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad to hear that, Russ. That's what I like to hear. Okay, so we've talked about Whirligig Wars, the Pallet Challenge. Also, don't forget, coming up in October is the Klingspor Extravaganza. That's Friday and Saturday, October 27th and 28th. I'm looking forward to that. I went to that show for the first time last year, and I loved it. So I would definitely be going back, and hope to see y'all there. I had to laugh a while ago. I was looking at the chat, and of course it scrolls up pretty quick. I think it was Steve French that said something about begging strips for Rocky. He said, "Will begging strips work?" And I had to laugh because if you only knew how many of those things a day. In fact, I turned the camera off, let him out real quick, and here he is back, woofing at the door, trying to get back in. And that's all it is. He's got it figured out that, if he goes out, he doesn't really do anything. He just stands out there a few minutes and turns around and comes back in. Then he wants one of those. And I've got like 3 bags of those things on top of the refrigerator in there. So, yeah, he's one spoiled mutt for sure. Let's see what else we're going to talk about here. We got, I guess, the 2x4 challenge. That's coming up. When is that? Anybody know? September? October?
Isn't Russ doing that one too?
No, I do the
I'm just messing with you, Russ.
I know you were.
There's not many he doesn't do.
I do the Scroll Saw challenge, which comes out in October, and I think the 2x4 challenge usually comes out in June. So I think that's already passed, but I'm not sure.
Okay, well maybe it is. I was thinking it was coming up, but I could be wrong.
I could be wrong too.
Okay, and of course, I don't want anybody to forget about the 2017 CNC Christmas Challenge. We will be doing that again this year.
Okay.
We'll
Christmas
try to make it bigger and better than we did last year. Although we had, I think 16 entries or something last year.
Yeah.
So I was kind of thinking maybe this year we would, because I hate trying to deal with sponsors. I mean, if there's somebody that wants to sponsor something, you know, that's great. But I'd rather just, you know, sponsor the whole thing myself. And I was thinking maybe we just do like some cash prizes. That way, you know, because we can send cash pretty much anywhere. You know, gift card, code, or what have you. So anyhow, we'll still be doing that. So
Okay.
Let's see, what else did I have on here? I guess I'm looking at my notes. I guess I've just about covered everything. Of course, I haven't told y'all about my new show that I'm going to start.
No, you haven't.
It's going to be called Scrolling with Dave, and it's going to be 8 o'clock Saturdays.
Finally dusted it off, huh?
Yeah. I've used that thing probably a total of maybe 30 minutes since last October when I bought that thing.
Hey, next time I'm in Georgia, I'll just swing by and pick it up.
Yeah. Well, and about the only time I use it is when I'm running my CNC out there, and usually about the only thing I run out there on that one in my shop is when I'm cutting the HTPE, like the spacer blocks and the bearing mounts and stuff like that. And I use the scroll saw to
cut the tabs
off. Yeah. That's pretty much it. Pretty sad, isn't it? You know, spend all that money for a really nice scroll saw and don't use it. But I'll get around to it one day, Russ. I promise.
Hey,
wait till you have that next scroll saw challenge, buddy. I'm in. I'm all in.
It's this October, and they work hand in hand. Matter of fact, when the video comes out tomorrow about the skull, I had the CNC cut the skull out as far as do all, and I cut the outline of the skull out on my scroll saw, and it's in the video.
Mm-hmm. I do the same thing.
Yep.
I use my bandsaw.
The bandsaw, yeah.
Same.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It just takes so long for the CNC to make so many passes that I can do it 10 times quicker on a scroll saw.
Yeah, see, I used to cut the tabs on my skeletons with my bandsaw, but now I use the scroll saw because I can sit down and do that.
When you said you dusted off the scroll saw, I thought maybe you had just tripped, fell, and hit the on switch on the leaf blower.
No, I'll get around to using that. I actually used my lathe a little bit when I did the birdhouse challenge. I used it to kind of smooth things in. So
I have a lathe. I don't think I've ever turned it on.
Yeah. Well, I went crazy because when I traded Melinda. Y'all know Melinda. I traded her an air conditioner for her shop. And she had got a different lathe, a nicer lathe, I don't know, Jet or something, I think. And she said, "Well, I'll trade you that." And I'm like, "Okay." So, and it's like the Rockler Excelsior or whatever that thing's called, and it's got the little extension. It's not a bad little lathe. And I went crazy. I bought the Easy Wood Tools chuck for like $3.99 and bought 3 or 4 tools that are $100 and something bucks a piece. I spent probably $1,000, and I probably used my lathe maybe 30 minutes. So anyway,
I know a guy that can teach you how to turn a pen.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, I got a guy that's.
Yeah, I can. I turn pens all the time.
Okay.
I wouldn't listen to that Michael Chipster guy. I heard he was really shady.
Well, you do have to watch those guys with the big beards,
Yeah, I know.
And anyone named Mike.
All right. Do we have any questions over there in the?
Well, other than the elephant in the room, no.
Happy birthday.
Okay, they're talking about lathes over there now. Let's talk about meetups. Michael Chipser, you want to, one of you two Michaels, you want to talk about the meetup you got going on? Another one in Texas, I guess. Sure.
Mersky's coming down to Central Texas next month, the 8th, I believe. He'll be hanging out on the 9th and 10th. On the 10th, we're going to have a dinner meetup at Rudy's Barbecue in Killeen, Texas. We do have some prizes and giveaways. I know it's last minute. but we got some giveaways from Fast Cap. They sent them yesterday. So if you guys want to come out, if you're in the Central Texas area, come on down and eat some barbecue and talk shop.
Wow, meet up with barbecue. What a great idea.
Right?
We do that a lot, don't we?
And I didn't even organize this one.
It's a Texas thing, I think.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, I'm probably not going to be able to make this one, guys. I would love to, but I probably won't be able to make that one. And
I think we only have about 15 people right now. It's like I said, it's last minute, but
I tried to get that link where you had the invite, and it wouldn't come up.
Yeah, I created the invite on the Southern Woodworkers group, so it's the Southeast, I believe, and so anybody in that group could sign up. I asked Zach if he could make it a public meetup or a public event, and he said he couldn't.
Okay.
So anybody that said that they wanted to come, I've been adding them to the group so that then they can go back and do the link. So
Add me.
What was the date on that meetup again?
August 10th. I put it in the Gatton forum as well.
Okay.
I believe.
Okay.
August 10th.
Yep. At 7:30 p.m. at Rudy's Barbecue in Killeen, Texas.
yeah, that's coming up pretty quick.
Yeah.
Also, I wanted to talk about, we mentioned a Nashville meetup. I put a poll on the community forum on my website and, asked people to vote. Yes, they'll definitely come. Maybe they'll come, or no, they won't come. And right now, it's not looking good, folks. We've got 7. Yeah, I definitely will come. And we've got about 13 maybes, and that's it. And, we were talking about September 30th. So, as we get closer to that date, if we don't have any more than that's, definitely going to come, it's probably not going to happen because, it's hard enough to try to get a place. Everybody I've talked to wants money up front. They want a deposit or something like that. So, you can't do that for 7 folks.
Right.
It's
just not practical. So, I remain optimistic. For the little poll's still over there. So if people are, change their mind, it's Nashville's a cool little town. I can tell you, I've been there 3 or 4 times. I love it there. But anyway, just thought I'd mention that.
Where can they get more info on that?
On the Nashville thing?
Yeah.
Well, if you go to the forum on the, it's on the GarageWorks CNC website, but it's the Dave Gatton Community Forum. And, you don't even have to be a member of the forum to, do that, I don't think. But there's a category where, they'll see a poll at the top. I think it's called Nashville Meetup or something like that. And you can go to it and say, yes, I definitely will come, or maybe I'll come, or no, I won't come. But like I said, right now we've only got 7 folks that have said, yeah, we'll go.
I have somebody here, DF Crafting Custom Woodworking, says you come to Nashville, I'll be there. Get over to the community forum. I put a link over there in the chat. Find that poll and get your vote in. Yes, you'll be there.
Yeah. And speaking of meetups, I'm not prepared to make a definite announcement yet, but I will say that there's going to be another meetup somewhere in my local area. I got to get some other things confirmed. We'll see how that works out, but that would be one you don't want to miss. Trust me.
What kind of a time thing? Can you give us kind of a month?
We may even be thinking that, if the thing in Nashville falls through, we may just use that same date, which was September 30th.
September. Okay. Yeah. See, now, if you have it that far south, I might be able to do the September thing in that far south, but I definitely can't go that far north in September.
Yeah. Well, you know, I hate to sound, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a jerk. But, you know, it's like, you know, if I'm going to have to be the one to, you know, really head up these meetups, then I might as well make it close to me. You know what I'm saying?
You are getting old.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Thanks, Michael. How do you boot him off of here? Who invited him anyway?
And that's why you didn't get adopted and I did.
Right? What the hell?
Yeah, as soon as the paperwork's done, Mike, I'm moving in with you.
You know, I don't believe I'm hearing all this. If I can fly from Medford, Oregon to Atlanta, Georgia to go to a meetup and show,
Yeah.
y'all can drive to Nashville.
Hey, I drove to Atlanta.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
I
did.
drove it once.
Props
Yeah.
to you
Sterling
for doing
Davis
it.
over in the chat. How you doing, Sterling?
Hey,
Bobby, Jerry Brown.
while we're on the subject of meetups, it's not related to CNC, but next month, the end of August, the Southwest Association of Turners is going to be in Waco, Texas. 25, 26, 27, I believe are the dates. If you're a turner.
Okay, that's next month?
Next month.
End of next month, okay. Shane's Hobby Shop. How you doing, Shane? Got a good crowd tonight. 135 folks watching.
Mm-hmm.
Where were y'all the other 60 shows? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Any other questions?
Just the elephant in the room.
No,
Still
I'm just answering Sterling back in the chat because he said we're on my show before because I told him I love you, Sterling, and he said I love you just enough to get to heaven. So I love you, Sterling, just enough to get to heaven.
Will you two get a room?
Right?
Please.
Or maybe they got one and we in it.
Matt
That's
Peel
what
in the house. How you doing, Matt?
You said his name.
Hey,
You said his
Bush.
name.
Donald Vlogs of Fives Wood Shops in the house. I got to say, I am so happy for that guy. He's got a place to go do his thing now.
Yeah.
Great little shop, Donald. Good to see you, buddy.
Not working out of the bed of his pickup anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
You can finally use
I can kind of relate because I do a lot of stuff. I have an Easy Up that I throw up right out here just in front of the garage. And that's where I try to do a lot of my sanding and stuff after I've cut Gatton CNC kits. And so I can kind of relate to what Donald was having to do out of that pickup truck in the driveway. So just really happy for him that he's got a shop to work in. Ox in a shop. Drew Oxford, how you doing, buddy?
Jim Bashir says Donald works at Lowe's. Are you still happy for him?
Well,
Still on them drugs, huh, Jim?
yeah. Gotta love that Oxycontin, huh?
Yep.
Yeah.
A lot of good folks over here. David Jones, Know What Mom Knows. Shelly's over there. How you doing, Shelly? Jim Bashir's. And I hadn't even called him Poot all night.
Poot. You haven't called him Poot. You heard that he has a few broken ribs, by the way.
Yeah. I heard that.
It was from a cage fight, right?
He tripped over his lawnmower and fell into the side of his deck and broke a couple of ribs.
Cage fight. Come on.
That's a good sounding story, but I'm here to tell you he'll take out the trash with no back tuck next time.
That's right.
I heard it was a cage fight. So.
Good one, Mark.
That was
yeah. Sterling Davis says, I want to see some CNC pallet projects this year, Dave. Hint, hint. You're going to, Sterling. I've got big plans for the pallet challenge. I bet you I've got 9 or 10 pallets stacked up there because, you know, my garage work CNC parts come on a pallet. And I've got some pretty nice looking stuff out there as far as, if there is such a thing as nice looking pallet wood. But yeah, I got some big plans. for the pallet challenge. Really looking forward to that one.
Well, I'm looking forward to it.
Random audio guide. Dave, what gauge of metal is used on your CNC machine you offer? I'm assuming you're talking about the Garage Works, and there's 3 different gauges.
Orange.
My phone's dead.
Orange.
Yeah, it's orange, yeah. The rails are 16 gauge. The V-groove bearing's right on. The main frame is 11 gauge, which is about, roughly an 1/8 thick. And then the uprights and the Z-axis plate, front and rear, are all 1/4 plate. Okay, well, I don't see any other pressing questions. So I guess I need to kind of tell you guys what's going on with me. I appreciate all the concern. I had folks, sending me messages when I posted it was going to be the last show. Good Lord, you'd have thought I was dying or something. I'm healthy. No problem there. I've just, I've enjoyed doing these shows. I mean, this is our 61st show, and I've enjoyed doing them. But, and I hope nobody takes this the wrong way, but I notice all the time, I pay a lot of attention to the Facebook groups, not all the Facebook groups, not all the drama stuff, but my 2 Facebook groups, Gatton CNC and Garage Works CNC, and some of the other ones, but mostly those 2. And of course, I obviously pay attention to the community forum, and I'm always looking at the different questions that folks have and stuff like that. And it seems to me, Steve Carmichael in the house. How you doing, Steve? It seems to me that I almost feel like I haven't been doing my job, because a lot of the questions I see in those forums and on Facebook are the same kind of, questions that we've talked about in these shows for, who knows how many times. I mean, if I had a nickel for every time I've told people, if your machine ran fine yesterday and all of a sudden today it's not running right, 99.9% of the time it's going to be something mechanical. And I see folks on Facebook that are changing settings and, doing, different kinds of stuff. And I'm like, well, we've talked about this on the show. And then it occurred to me that with the show, I mean, I don't think we've ever done a show that's been exactly an hour long. We're always long-winded and, go way over and stuff like that, which we probably will tonight too, by the way. But so, but it just occurred to me that when you go to watch a show, I mean, if you're watching it live and we're talking about something, or we've got a guest on here that's showing something with a machine, or, doing a VCAR Pro example, or, whatever it might be, Mach 3, UC, CNC, whatever it might be. You can get something from that, but it's hard for folks to go back and say, well, I didn't get to watch that show live, and they were going to talk about what I needed to, and then they go look, and it's like, well, shit, it's an hour and a half long. I don't have time to do that. So my thinking is, and like I said, this is going to be the last CNC with Dave show, but you're not getting rid of me that easy. I'll still be around. I want to try to focus more on doing more shorter type hangouts, maybe not even public hangouts like YouTube streams, maybe just private hangouts for people who have specific things they want to know, whether it be about Gatton CNC, Garage Works CNC, Mach 3, VCAR Pro, you name it. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. My time would be better spent doing that kind of thing. I don't know. Let me know in the chat what y'all think, because that's, but if I'll probably set something up in the forum. It's kind of going to be like there won't be a regular scheduled show, but if enough folks say, hey, can you show us how you did that again? Or maybe I just do a YouTube video. And, a lot of times in the YouTube videos, I try to keep those relatively short. If I'm making a project, something like the one I just did the other day, I didn't even talk in it. I wasn't even in it. I just showed what I did, and that's it. But if, Mertzky, what's a CNC? We'll get into that later, Mike. That's for another show. But it might be that if you see me do something in a video and you go, man, I like how you did that. Could you explain how you do that? And maybe, even if it's just a handful of folks and we do a private hangout, or maybe we'll do, we could still do the YouTube stream thing, and anybody that wants to come watch it, they can come watch it. And I don't want to try to alienate anybody that doesn't have a Gatton or GarageWorks. But primarily, that's going to be my focus, is with the folks that have supported me by buying, my kits and the GarageWorks stuff and all that. But like I said, we'll still be talking about Mach 3 and VCarve Pro and, all this other stuff that kind of applies to any type CNC. So, any thoughts? Panel, what do you think?
Interesting.
Well, Dave, I got introduced to the whole CNC world through your videos, your YouTube videos, and I think that pointed discussions in the YouTube video world would be, a great benefit to a lot of folks, and even, like Peter's videos, we learn so much from a topic and how to do that topic in a short, 10 to 30 minute video, and Mark's videos. And, that's how I've learned how to do everything. So that would be the way I would like to see you go.
Well, and that's a good point. And one thing, I'm glad you brought up the videos with Mark and Peter and everybody else, for that matter. Juan's done some good ones. I kind of want to assemble a super playlist broken down into different categories and have links to all that stuff over there in my forum, where folks can, like if they come over there to ask a question, we just have, I don't know what we call it, frequently asked questions or something like that, and say, well, if your machine's doing this, click here and watch this video. Peter shows you what's going on with it. There's a ton of great. I love Peter's videos. I watch them all the time. I've learned a ton of stuff watching his videos. The Vectric videos are good. They're a little dry sometimes, a little hard to get through. And if you're, if the Vectric video is not for you, then go watch Mark's video, because he breaks it down even farther. Juan has done some great videos. I watched the one he did. I watched it just a couple of days ago about work offsets. That Juan did. So yeah, I want to try to package a good bunch of links to videos where people can watch them right there from within the forum. Of course, you guys will still get your views and all that, but like I said, the shows are fun, but sometimes like I said, it's an hour and a half show usually, and I know it's hard for me to watch a show that's that long. The only, Russ's show, I love Russ Clarity's show, and about the only time I can watch all of it is on Sunday mornings. I get up and make myself some coffee, and I sit in my chair drinking coffee, and that's what I watch during my coffee drinking. But if it wasn't for that, it's hard to it's hard to sit and watch a whole show. So I get that, and I can see the difference you know, the difference in the views of the shows, although, you know, they do pretty well. You go through, look at my, you know, I got like 60 some shows now. You go look through even back the old ones. They, you know, they got anywhere from 1,000 to maybe a couple thousand views. But, you know, you can do a short YouTube video and, you know, you can do a video just about on polishing a turd and you get more views than that. I'm just saying, you know, you can
Go for it.
But that's one of the things I want to do. You know, like I said, I want to do the, you know, I guess you'd call it almost like a show by request. You know, somebody says, hey, this is what I'd like, you know, to do. And, you know, and I'd love to get the folks that have the questions and want to see it to come and be on the panel so they can ask the questions live and see what's going on, instead of just having a, you know, a panel like this and then everybody else in the chat's asking questions. I'd like to see people, you know, come on the show or you know, the hangout, whichever it is, whether it's private or public, and be on the panel so they can. It's a whole lot easier to go back and forth than through the chat thing.
A lot of them won't want to be on the camera though. They're camera shy for a lot of reasons.
Yeah, I know, and I get that. But I mean, even if they just came on and had the voice and not the camera, you know, it's a whole lot easier to.
Yeah, I was going to say they don't have a camera or a computer capable of getting. They can be in the chat because it's real easy. When you tag on to audio, it is an upgrade, and then when you add video, it's a big upgrade.
Especially with internet bandwidth, you got to have a lot for video.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. But so that's
my only concern with doing specialized videos is stepping on other people's toes that may or may not have done the videos before, such as Mark or Juan or those guys.
You know what? There's plenty of room, though, Mike. I mean, if somebody can take one of the videos that I have out there, if they want to do the same subject, go for it. I mean, your method may be different than mine, and you know, I'm not the last word. Believe me, I am not the last word, and I am not an expert. I just show folks things that I think are interesting or something that I see that's buried in a video. Like I have a video on using dingbats for graphics in VCarve Pro. That was buried in another Vectric video, and I thought it was important enough to deserve its own video. So, you know, go for it. There's plenty of room out of there, and I will not take it as anything as an insult if you want it.
And like I said, you know, as far as the stepping on somebody's toes, I do videos about how to set up Mach 3 or whatever with a Gatton and a Garage Works. You know, I don't care how many Mach 3 videos have been done. You know, I'm going to show them what you need to have to run one of my things. So, you know, there's a ton of videos on all that stuff.
I think it's speaking of. You have a different audience bases. So when somebody does something a little like, let's say that I did something like Mark done, but I have people that watch me that don't watch Mark, so they might pick up on it.
That's right.
And so it's not that you're like taking away anything from the original person
at all.
Whatever they do, you're just showing, like Mark said, your own opinion, and I think that's great. I think we need to get out of that mindset that, oh, I made a bench last week and out of 2x4s, and that other guy made a damn bench just like mine.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, come on, give me a break.
Yeah, you know, I never have got that. Because when you watch YouTube, you get inspired to make something. You see something cool, and I've done a ton of videos where I make something, and there's 11 different videos out there making the same thing. But I don't try to say mine's better or this is how I do it. This is how I made it. And usually my twist is usually trying to figure out how to make it cheap, where everybody can go to their local big box store, your favorite Lowe's store, Russ, and buy the stuff to make it cheap.
It's also the beauty of the medium is that, you know, not everybody, well, with experience comes different ways of doing things. So it might be like offsets, the video I made, there's different ways of considering to use an offset, you know, than just the way I explained it. So, I mean, even that in itself, if someone else mentions, you know, the difference, or, you know, it's just in itself is going to be, you're going to be learning more. So it's really not taken, I wouldn't consider it taken from what I explained.
I'm gonna have to go watch that video because I have no clue what an offset is.
When I'm trying to learn something, I'll go out there and I might watch 4, 5, 6 videos of the same thing from different people, and I might pick up 1 or 2 things from each one of them, and then do it my way because I pulled all this stuff together.
And I'm the same way, Miss Becca, mainly because I don't know, did the one video I chose out of the 30 that came up in my search, is that one guy the guy who is just totally off base and doesn't know what he's talking about?
Right.
So I'll look at 3 or 4 of them, and when you get the consensus that, okay, it's X, then Y, then Z.
Yeah.
You know, they've all watched the same video.
Right.
Yeah. One thing I did want to show, I got some new toys here. You know, I get new toys every week. But I know there was some, I think it was on Facebook. Pretty sure it was on Facebook. It might have been the forum. I don't know. But there were some conversations going on about, you know, breakout boards, and what if you have one of the old Xylotex boxes versus the new Xylotex box. So one thing I want to do is, you know, and again, I'm only going to show how I do it. You know, you can watch other videos. There's lots of videos out there. But, you know, if you have one of the newer boxes, and I do have one, by the way, I just got one today. I ordered one. Xylotex kit, and it just came today. But it has the dual parallel ports, so you can use a breakout board like this with just the one parallel thing. Or if you have an old box, and I have some of those too. I guess I've got like 4 Xylotex boxes now. 2 of them are the new ones with the dual parallel ports, and some of them are the old. 2 of them are the old ones. So there, you know, I guess Jeff quit selling the old one. Like I've got one out there. This got the parallel thing on both ends, but I got a couple of these from I don't remember the name of the company, but I got them on Amazon, of course. But it's got the dual thing. It's basic. This is basically kind of like what Jeff sold, only different. You know, it's laid out a little different, but it's still basically the same thing. So I'll probably be doing a video here trying to explain the difference, show folks how you hook it up using one like this or one like this. You know, just little things like that. I like I said, I get kind of frustrated when I see some of the people having trouble with their machine, especially if they're having issues with, you know, a Gatton or a Garage Works. And I'm like, man, we've gone over that, but I just realized that it's hard for them to find stuff going back and watching shows. They're just too dang long, too much, you know, where we get off on a tangent and talk about something else and all that stuff. So that's my thinking. Like I said, there won't be any schedule. That's why I said this is the last CNC with Dave show, but it won't be the last you've seen of me.
Yeah, I understand where you're coming from there. Even in a video, something that you'll see can be hidden, and that's why I tried to do a top tip video every now and then to bring out just something small that's of interest. So that if you're looking for, how do you do that one little bit that I might have included in as a in the middle of a project, then you can actually find that little snippet that is of interest. Yeah, and as far as the other idea as well, the small group for you know, just doing a small subject with a couple of people. I was thinking the same sort of thing myself. because I live in New Zealand, my time zones are completely out of sync with you guys, and it's very hard to do that. You know, this is probably about the only time of day that I can do something like this here, but it's right in the middle of my Sunday. So
right.
I was thinking something along the lines of what you're doing is a good idea. So I think you're on the right lines myself.
Yeah. Well,
it's actually,
like I said, it's
New Zealand right now.
Yeah.
What's that?
I said it's.
Oh, you're talking about Peter, yeah.
Yeah, I said it's actually
Sunday afternoon
in New Zealand right now.
Yeah, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon here.
Wow. Incredible.
I'm coming to you from the future. Boy, you're not going to like it.
Okay, so I don't see a whole lot of.
I'm sorry I brought that up.
Hate,
it's just
no hate mail over there in the chat.
That when we're on this kind of like a show like this, and Peter's at 2 o'clock in the morning, and then you get people from that are like JP over in England, that it's like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning for him. The time spans that we have are just so vast on some of the people we have. It's amazing to me. It's like I had no clue it was already Sunday for Peter. So it was like,
yeah, no, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon on Sunday.
Yeah, I'm sorry I took off on that tangent. It just blew my mind away.
The internet is amazing.
It is.
Yeah. And in case you didn't know it, Russ, the Earth is
round.
Somebody told me that, you know. I just now am beginning to figure it out.
Yeah. So like we're here, and Peter's way down here.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay. Now that we've cleared that up.
It's winter here too.
Yeah, and it's the seasons are
Don't start that. That'll totally blow Rusta's mind. Wait a minute.
Don't confuse me even more. Jeez.
I keep trying to get Peter to send me the lotto numbers, and he won't do it. He ain't that far in the future.
Yeah, not far enough, huh? Okay, well, I guess we're just past the top of the hour here. Okay, so I just want to remind everybody that's out there, we've still got 120 something folks watching. You know, if you've got something you want to get in a little private group or something like that, you know, and again, like I said, I'm kind of focusing on Gatton CNC and GarageWorks CNC simply because that's what I've got out there in my shop. So I can set, you know, the hangout stuff up out there, and we can't, you know, do more than just talk about it. You know, I mean, I know we've done some demos and stuff on the show, but you know, I can show stuff. I just want people to, regardless of what CNC they've got, whether it's, you know, even an X-Carve or, you know, a Gatton or GarageWorks, whatever. I just want people to be happy with it and have fun in it. And it bothers me when I see folks on Facebook and they're fighting something. I'm thinking, man, it's not that hard, folks. It's really not, because this old country boy wouldn't be able to do it if it was. So I just, you know, whatever I can do to help show what little bit I know, I'm happy to do it. And I just think that would be a better use of my time than doing this hour-and-a-half show or so on Saturday nights. Although I have enjoyed it, I really have.
Yeah, I can tell you, Dave, there have been many times I've remoted into people's machines and helped them set up Mach 3 or done any of that kind of stuff.
I was just going to say the same. I know I've had not so much as issues or troubles, but there's always been questions or even second guessed myself on certain things. And I've asked, you know, Mike Chipser, I've asked Mark probably way too many times. You know, same with you, Dave. And I know to have, say, an online support or even an online hangout because Mark and I have done it one night with the Aspire program, and I've taken a project, and he kind of helped me right from start to finish. I mean, it only took an hour, and we mostly just kind of chatted away as we were doing things, and then as I needed a question, I could just flip my screen around, and Mark could show me, okay, we'll do this and do that. I'm more of a hands-on type of person. To be able to read it out of a book or to be able to see it on a piece of paper sometimes don't always cut it. So to have somebody to be live right there and say, look, that's not sounding right, so flip that around, let's have a look. I think that would be very beneficial to, especially somebody like me.
And it's just a lot of fun. It's just a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I enjoy it. My only problem is it's not the same thing every time, but eventually it would be the exact same problem every time. So that's where Dave goes back and says, this is where we've established this, and this.
Yeah.
Especially with breakout boards or Mach 3 setup and oh, check your motor settings or check this. We've already covered that here and there.
Yeah. And, like I said, of course, the shows, this will be number 61. They're still going to be on YouTube, so people can still watch them if they want. But it's just a whole lot easier. I know myself, I would much rather go watch a 5 or 10 minute video than try to wade through an hour show to find out, 2 minutes worth of something somebody said that's what you needed to know.
And you can find them on YouTube with a search better too. I mean, if it's embedded in the show somewhere, you're not going to find it when you do a YouTube search. But if you've got a little video that one topic, it's going to come up when you look for it.
Yeah. It's kind of like, the whole reason I started the forum was because the Facebook groups, they were kind of okay, people asking questions and stuff. But if you saw something 3 days ago and then you go back to try to look for it, chances of finding it are slim and none. And that's why I did the forum, because you can search that. It's by categories. You can click on latest topics and find out what's going on. Yep. It's just much easier to navigate. And like I said, I've loved doing these shows. I appreciate all y'all that have watched over the past year or so. And it's been a lot of fun, but I just think it's time for me to do something that's, going to help more folks than what this does.
Will there be a category over on the forum for hangouts, asking questions, this, that, or the other?
And is there any kind of schedule, like once a week, twice a week, once a month kind of thing?
Well, like I said, I don't really want to have anything scheduled, because if somebody, if I had something scheduled once a week and I just finished a show and the next day somebody's got a problem with something, I can't say, well, you got to wait a week, we'll do. It's just whenever enough people or somebody's got something they need to see, we'll get together and do it. Like I said, whether it be a private hangout or if it's something that's worth share, we can still do you can set up a live event in just a few minutes. We can set one up, it broadcasts live, and even if, but then we try to keep them shorter where it might be beneficial for other people that didn't see it, or maybe they were at work while we were doing it. They can come back and watch that.
So are you thinking more, it's going to be multiple sessions a week? I'm just throwing out ideas here, but possibly just shorter videos. So theoretically, I call you up, say, hey, Dave, I'm having an issue with my CNC. My laser's acting funny. Help me walk through it. We walk through it. Tuesday, Mark calls you up and say, hey, I still don't get the stacked text stuff. Throw a video out there, that kind of stuff.
One reason, Michael, why I said that I don't think I'd really be thinking about a schedule is because of this. If somebody says, can you show me how to do this? And maybe I haven't done that, but I know you have. Then I can get with you and say, hey, Michael, Joe Blow over here is, needing some help with this. How about whenever it's convenient for all of us, we'll do a hangout and help this guy through it. And that way I can learn something too. I don't have all the answers, folks. I ain't even got half of them. I just know how to do what I've done.
I would just like to give a little shout out to Michael Chipster. I've had a couple of issues myself on software and some problems, and both times that I've called him, he has more than willing to help me out. So thank you, Michael. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, I second that. He's my IT guy. I don't think he really knows it, but he is.
I'm a lot of people's IT guys these days.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about it is, he's, as soon as you ask him, he will tell you, oh, well, I can't do it right now. How about 8:30 or whatever? And he's right, Johnny, on the spot and does it. And I just want to say again, thank you.
Not a problem.
Yeah.
It's nice working from home. Sometimes I have, I can do it right then. Sometimes I have to wait, but that's one good things about working from home.
Oh, I just want to bring up the last time I asked him something. I was talking to him and chatting back and forth, and he went like, "Oh, I'm like in where was it, Pensacola, Florida, on vacation."
Yeah.
Like,
I was in North Florida sometime last time.
Yeah. I went like, "Oh, I'm sorry, Michael. I didn't know."
Yeah. Right. Like right now, I'm in up in the middle of nowhere. Really, is where I am. I'm in this little town called Spearman, Texas. It's about an hour and a half north of Amarillo. If anyone's familiar with the area. Middle of nowhere. I think the town has 500 people in it. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. I was going to say too, I just noticed somebody mentioned the Masso controller over there in the chat. Y'all keep in mind, I mentioned Mach 3 and Xylotex and all that kind of stuff. I do have a Masso controller connected to one of my demo machines out there. So if anybody would have some questions about that, I might be able to help a little bit. I mean, I know how to run my machine. JAT is constantly updating it. I get updates once or twice a month, probably different little, I don't know whether it's, sometimes I can't even tell what they've fixed, whether it's a bug or what they've added, because it may be something that I'm not using. But, like I said, if there's something that somebody wants to know and I can either help them out with it, or I can know somebody that can help them out with it and get us all hooked up, that's what I'll do. And in the meantime, like I said, you're probably going to see me on YouTube a lot more now than you have in the past. Because, I mean, let's face it, since I started doing this show a year ago, April, I could probably count on one hand or at least two hands how many regular YouTube videos I put out.
Yeah, I think that's what I was getting at. Instead of an hour and a half show, you're going to have a bunch of shows, possibly up to an hour. I mean, this is just, you're going to have more smaller shows than one big show, basically.
Well, and not just that, but like I said, when I say YouTube videos, I'm not really talking about shows. I'm talking about just regular YouTube videos, me doing a project, or maybe I'm showing, something. I got some stuff here. You guys have probably seen this stuff. I saw somebody post a link on Facebook, I think, for this. You guys know what this is?
That's stuff for dust shoes, isn't it?
Yeah. It's the McMaster car. I bought 3 inches. I figure I can cut it if it's too long. But I bought like 3 foot of this. I've got to my dust collection, my little dust shoe that I made. I love that thing because it's that clear vinyl strips, and I can see through it and all that. But there's one little problem, and I guess it's a good problem to have. But that thing really, I mean, it'll suck the chrome off the trailer hitch. It really does. So my bag, I went and touched my bag the other day, and it was probably about 2/3 full maybe. And I thought, well, instead of letting it get all the way full, I'm going to go ahead and empty it before it gets too heavy and, makes a mess when I take it loose. So I took it loose, dumped it, brought it back and put it on. Well, when the thing is completely empty, it sucks so hard that the little vinyl strips want to curl up and try to go up the thing. Yep. Now, once the bag starts getting some stuff in it, then it, I guess, doesn't suck quite as hard, and it kind of calms down. So I thought, of course, now I'm having to use the shop vac a lot more because it's not picking up as good because of that. So I'm going to try to make me a new dust shoe. And the only thing I don't like about this is you can't see through it. So I thought I might try some, I don't know, Lexan or acrylic or something to make the actual base out of. Got some really strong magnets.
Doesn't have that problem.
Yeah. But so
Lyle Foyt suggests putting a 1-inch brush inside the 3-inch brush to keep it more rigid, Dave.
yeah, well, I actually thought about, cutting like a little ring of some kind to stick in there to keep it spread out, and that would work too. But I've been wanting to try some of this brush stuff. I know a lot of guys use it, but
I have the brush on my CNC.
With what I know now about, and I was just an amateur as far as and when I enclosed this one, if I ever got any bigger, like a 4x4, I would fully enclose that one too. It's so much easier, so much better. I still have to go into it once a week, so to speak, and suck out some of the stuff that gets in the corners. But other than that, it's just like.
Of course, having a 12-inch furnace fan helps too.
Yep, and that's right.
Yeah,
it's a 12-inch hose in the back of that thing, and it keeps the router so much cooler, and everything works great.
Yeah. Now, I want to make a quick point here. We've been on here now. It's about 10:15 or so. So we've been on here over an hour. 20 minutes ago, we had like 145 people watching. Now there's like 102. So see what I mean? When the long shows, it's just hard for people to hang in there that long. And it's really hard for somebody to go to one where they're not watching it live. And they go to watch it. They go, "Why? I missed the CNC with Dave show. Let me see what they said last." And you go, and it's like you see it. It's an hour and a half. It's like, ugh.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said.
Yeah, but still 102, 103 people watching. That's kind of hard to do with any other shows.
Well, yeah, but and I'm grateful for every one of them that's still hanging in here. But I'm just saying,
right.
It's really tough for somebody to hang with a show when you're watching it as a recording. That's just a long.
And
show.
That's been a couple things here, Dave. That's been a recurring theme here in the chat as you were talking about why this is the last show. There's a lot of folks over there that were saying, yeah, the videos are great and they learn a lot from the videos, but this show is community. This show is people. We got the chat going here where topic changes as the mood changes, and it's a little bit more interactive. You can't stop a video and ask a question. So that's the recurring theme that I'm getting over here in the chat. Folks really appreciate the show. Well, they really appreciate the time you have put in.
I agree with that.
Thus far, yes.
They're very welcome. But what I'm saying though is, I'm not saying that these shows are, nobody's getting anything out of them.
Right.
But like you said, it's the people that watch it live that probably, because they're here for all the chat in all that, where we answer questions, and if they missed it, somebody will repeat it in the chat, But when you're watching it as a recording, you don't have any of that. You might be wanting to find out one thing, and you have to sit there and watch, an hour to get to hear 2 minutes worth of what you were looking for. So.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, I do have a little bit of, I got to admit, a little bit of relief too, that everything is okay. I mean, we didn't know if there was something going on, or if maybe, as far as I knew, you had hooked up with your T-shirt model and headed for Bermuda or something. So.
Kind of where I was thinking about. That's where I was going with it.
I was thinking that sly old fox.
No, not the T-shirt model. I can tell you that much.
And then what the heck with all these people in our safety orange? We're going off to.
When I heard that possible outcome, I was like, "Well, go, Dave."
Yes, and if you have T-shirt model in the pool, you've lost. So
yeah. Well, you have to, guys. I have to tell me about the pool. I'd be interested to know what all was said there.
Yeah,
like I said,
I do appreciate, you find out who your friends are, because I had all kinds of folks Facebook message me, some of them texting me, you know, are you okay? Are you okay? I'm, you know,
Yeah,
what's the deal with the last show?
And when you wasn't answering them, they was texting me.
And it's like, I really didn't even decide this until really Wednesday morning when you know, it was Wednesday morning sometime or early afternoon that I posted the link. And it's really at that time when I went to do it, I'm like, yeah, this is gonna be the last one.
Yep.
We got other things to do. And like I said, I hope people don't feel like I'm bailing on them, because I'm not trying to do that. What I'm trying to do is help more, doing something that I feel like is going to be more useful.
That's cool.
Than the show, something where you can find the answers you need a lot quicker without having to sit here and watch the show for, like I said, because we never go an hour. We're always hour and a half or so. So
there was a question in the chat talking about how about a quarterly meetup or a CNC with Dave show, maybe just to hang out and talk.
I'll tell you what, you know, I've had people email me and text me and all this stuff and say, man, I wish I lived close to you, because I would love to just come hang out in your shop. You know, I'm not opposed to folks coming, you know, of course, most people don't live close to me, but, you know, I wouldn't mind.
I think he was more talking about a hangout on like a YouTube live quarterly, or I think that's what I'm getting at. I'm trying to read the chat.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
He's got plenty of boom.
He'll make you vacuum sawdust all day long. I swear.
You still ain't gotten over that?
You go there to get a CNC, and I'll be damned if he don't put a vacuum cleaner in your hand.
He's like, you don't know how to use Mach 3? Well, let me show you. It's going to cost you to clean the shop. Wax on, wax off, Danielson.
You still ain't over that, Russ? That was 2 years ago.
I don't think he's ever going to get over that.
We've had some questions. We've had some questions over here in the chat. Folks looking for Gatton CNC T-shirts. They found the hats. They found the Garage Works CNC T-shirts, but no Gatton CNC T-shirts.
Okay, well, for those of you who may not know, there are two different websites. The Garage Works CNC website has that's where the forum is, and that's where all the Garage Works swag and stuff is. But then there's also another website called DaveGatton.com.
Right.
And there is you'll find the Gatton CNC hats and T-shirts and.
Found the hat, but I
don't think I ever put the mouse pads on there. I just been sticking them in every time somebody buys something. I just been throwing mouse pads in there with it.
I got a mouse pad.
I found the hats, but I did not find the T-shirt.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think I remember seeing the T-shirts either.
Really?
I got a T-shirt.
No Gatton CNC T-shirts.
It's not me wearing it. It's going to be that gal.
Yeah, the only thing up there is a baseball cap. Maybe that's why they ain't selling.
I'm sure it's on there somewhere. Let me go see here. Let me check it out. I got it bookmarked here. And there's also, when you go to the homepage of the DaveGatton.com, there's a link that says Dave Gatton Community Forum, and that if you click on that, that will take you to the other Garage Works website that has the forum.
And another question that I've had quite a bit is the list of the folks who have been on the show that's usually in the description of the show is not there. Will it be there later on?
Yeah, I can add it. I just didn't add anything.
Okay.
Yeah, I see the hat. Where did the shirts go?
Don't know.
In the Twilight Zone.
Only Pond came over there.
That's in Mark's. Maybe they're in Mark's magic box.
Yeah. You didn't open that, did you?
Right.
Nope.
That's why he don't want to open it.
He has
That's not what's on.
I got a
knew
shirt.
that.
Well, I guess that explains why I haven't sold very many shirts.
That could be a factor.
I could have sworn it was on there.
Because, I mean, I see you sitting there with one, and it looks pretty sharp.
I know they're awesome. Don't I look great?
I have a shirt for me and my daughter has a shirt.
You know, I have Simply Wooden Creations shirts for sale too.
No one cares.
Yeah, nobody cares on this show about that.
Well, don't get Dave to advertise them for you.
Only if Santa delivers them.
Charlie Shuey is wanting to know, will there be Gatton lingerie soon? Then he said, never mind.
Woo!
I'm not touching that one.
He can make you something out of the that brush for his dust shoe there, Charlie, if you really want.
Yeah.
Come safety orange.
Whatever color you want, the price is right.
Yeah. All right. For those of you guys out there, if you're wanting a Gatton CNC shirt, I'll make sure I get them put on the website. I thought they were on there. I don't know why I got the hats on there and not the shirts. I don't know what happened there. So I'm gonna have to talk to my web guy.
Yeah, you better.
Well, that's you,
As long as he's not the same guy as your IT guy, we'll be all right.
No, he's not, no, I got a good IT guy. My web guy's not worth a flip. All right, we're dropping like flies, folks. We're under 100, so I guess we'll wrap this one up. Again, thanks everybody for watching this crazy show. The last 61 shows.
Did you want me to go ahead and talk about the magic box or no?
That's up to you if you wanted to.
Yeah, I just didn't want it to be the whole topic of the show.
Well, better make it fast because we're about ready to sign off here.
It's not a problem. I got to tell you, folks, before I say exactly what's in it, y'all know I got to talk. Some of you are just not observant at all. It's been gone for like 2 months. I took it down, I think, like in May, and I said to Dave, let's just see if anybody noticed it. It was sitting over here next to me. Nope. But what's in the magic box, this has taken a long time and a lot of work. Dave approached me with this idea back in like last September. And I got it in December. I had to get a shed. I had to get all that stuff. But I'm building a new Gatton CNC. That's what's been in the magic box.
Woo.
And that's why I say some of you folks ain't observant. You have this box. You worship this.
It doesn't say the magic box on it.
So I'm building a Gatton CNC.
And to be fair, I opened my box and threw it away within a week. So
yeah,
I built mine. I'm just saying.
I've shipped hundreds of those things, and I can't believe somebody didn't go, oh, you got one of Dave's boxes right back there.
Yep, not a soul. Nobody.
If mine had magic box on it, I'd have opened it quicker.
And I decorated it for Valentine's Day. I decorated it for St. Patrick's Day. I put Easter stuff up there. Nobody.
Personal fun.
So, but I'm going to do a build series on it. I will release the first video tonight. It's already uploaded. I just got to make it public. So you'll get the first video tonight after we go off the air here. And I'm going to be posting a video. I'm going to try to do every Wednesday. The whole build series. I just had to get videos ahead because there are an absolute ton of unfinished projects out there online, and I didn't want to be one of them. So
if you got this last September, would that make you the new winner for?
No, I got it in December. I got it in December.
I still think that makes you the longest person that hasn't put a kit together.
Well, I can tell you right now, Grant.
Oh, Russ, that's a Garage Works.
Grant is
Grant Davis is beating down Russ's record, and somebody else was posted a picture. Who was it? I can't remember now.
I saw someone post
Eric Wood, I think.
Was it?
Hasn't opened his. He posted a picture of the crates, and I'm like,
Javi has them all beat. We were going through in a hangout last night. You emailed him the plans to the shoestring budget build in 2015, and he's not built it yet.
Yeah, but he lost it.
Plus, he's bought a Gatton CNC, and I don't know if he's even opened the box on that yet. I doubt it.
So I got it in December.
He's got to find room for his stuff.
That's right.
Yep. I got it in December. Then I had to get a shed. That was the #1 reason for getting a shed, was to move tools out of there. So I have room for it.
Sure.
So
that's still 7 months.
Then came Atlanta. Yeah, I know. then, and well, hey, I started working on it. You're going to see in the videos a lot of different changing back and forth, because I started working on it in January. I was out there freezing to death, staining and stuff like that. I've been working on it. So folks have been asking, have you moved on? Are you not doing CNC anymore? That's why I haven't posted anything. The shoestring budget is taken apart and it's in storage. It's going to go to my youngest daughter as soon as she gets room for it. I haven't had a CNC for a while.
Terrible.
So that's why
Baby
there
Blue
hasn't
went to
been.
bed.
You know, that's right. Baby Blue's going to my youngest daughter. So
You having withdrawals?
yes, actually. So I've been working on it. I've been busy as heck with work, but I've also been working on it every day. And
They didn't answer those excuses. I got my bill reamed for how many months?
yeah, but yours was already built. I've been building mine.
Build? I had to build it.
His was an erector set.
I have to say, Russ Meadows, I think you're kind of off the hook now.
Yeah, I think Grant has you beat on the garage work side.
Yeah, I
I've
think
lost all my notoriety now. I'm just a nobody.
So the first video number 1 will get released tonight. It'll go public as soon as we go off the air here. And
so is there any spoilers? Are you doing anything special
bloopers
aside from Dave's?
I'm going to make a couple of modifications to it. Nothing super big, but just personalize it, you know, for me.
See, I hope he does something different, because what fun would it be to watch a build video if he's doing it exactly like what I did?
Exactly.
And that's something I wanted to bring up. Folks keep talking about how we're having the same issues over and over again. People, watch Dave's videos right there on his website, davegatton.com. Watch the videos. Watch them multiple times. Don't sit down and binge watch them and think you know it. As you get to the part about the uprights, watch that video. As you get to the part about building the gantry, watch that video.
I think the biggest problem people have is, and it's, you know, it's just natural. You get it and you want to hurry up and get it put together because you're excited and can't wait to see it run and all that. But you got to make sure you got this step right before you go to the next step.
Exactly.
And that's what people just, you know, they get in a hurry and they go, I'm within a 1/4 inch. That's good. No, it's not.
Then
it's going to affect everything else. You got to get this step right and then go to the next one. So
I just spent 2 days leveling the table frame. So, you know, you've got to get it right.
I didn't do that.
I did.
Jim Sanicola, good to see you out there, Jim. Didn't see you on there earlier.
So that's what's in the magic box. Well, actually, what's in the magic box right now has been for quite a while now, is my Xylotex drive box and 4 stepper motors.
Well, I look forward to seeing your videos come out with that.
Yep.
And I know you'll do a good job on them. So looking forward to that. All right, we're down to like 93 or something now, and I don't know what happened to Mertzke. He must have bailed.
Yeah, he had to bail pretty good.
Okay, that's slacker.
Yeah.
Good thing you didn't adopt him.
I done told him
I love Mike Mertzke. He's my #1 salesman.
I keep telling all these people that want Dave to adopt them that they better think about it, because he's getting close to retiring now. And when people retire, family takes care of him.
Yeah, that's why I told Mike if I adopt him, heck, I was going to move in with him.
That's what I'm screaming.
Hey, I can tell you this: he has good Wi-Fi. His IT guy hooked him up.
All right. Well, listen, those 80-something folks that's still out there watching, I appreciate all the kind words I've seen over there in the chat. Thank you so much for watching. It's been fun. And like I said, you'll be seeing me around, and if you got anything you want me to do, I mean, I'm not hard to find, you know, just because I'm not going to be on here on Saturday nights. You know, I'm all over Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, you know, the forum, 2 different websites. I mean, YouTube. I'm not hard to find. So I couldn't hide now if I wanted to.
I think his phone number's posted somewhere also. If you guys need it, let me know.
Well, you know, I've got a ton of videos. If y'all watch some of my earlier videos, I used to have, you know, my old brand was the Sidewinder CNC, and on the back of my shirts, it had website and the phone number, and I've still got that same phone number. So every time I turn around to the camera, there's my phone number all over the thing. So
I think when you were doing a giveaway one night, I found your phone number on a cached copy of the Sidewinder website or the Dave Gatton website. I don't know, but I couldn't find it anywhere, and I was trying to be the first one in, and I'm looking through cached Google copies of your website, and man, it was fun.
Yeah.
Fun times.
Yeah, and Steve Carmichael says, sing, Dave. Nah.
Hey, I was gonna say, hey, Dave, can I sing us out?
Oh hell no.
No,
Come on.
we don't sing that.
Come on, Dave. I'll change it up.
Go ahead and kick him out.
I'll change it up. I'll change it up so it'll be towards you. I promise.
Well, we'll see.
Kill his mic if you don't like it, you know.
I do want to remind folks. Like
It's your last show.
We're dropping them here, but I do want to remind folks too. Like I said, there'll still be the CNC Christmas challenge be coming up, so I'll be doing, you know, a show to announce that and talk about that kind of stuff. And also, you guys know me. You never know when there's going to be a giveaway. I'm just saying. I got a garage full of CNCs out there. So
I can make room.
Better subscribe, follow me, whatever you got to do, so you make sure you don't miss out on the next giveaway.
I could put a garage works out there. I'm sure I could find room for it.
You'll just fall down. He needs to
Come on, let me bring you out. Dave loves sawdust. Lots of sawdust.
Good night, Irene.
Go ahead and mute him. Mute him now.
Sing you out. Come on.
All right, we're out of here, folks. Thanks again, everybody. Thank you guys on the panel, and Miss Becca, thank you especially. So glad you could be here tonight.
Thank you.
And we'll
Dave
see y'all
sawdust
somewhere.
Lots of
Stay
sawdust.
away, Russ.
Hit us up on the Facebook and on the forum.
I was going to say, Dave loves sawdust, lots of sawdust all around him and everywhere. Even though he don't have a beard, he likes it in his snowy white hair.
Oh, that's my Thanks, Russ.
Where's the mute button?
All right, we're out. Thanks, everybody. Everybody take care. Have a great weekend.
Give us a thumbs up on the way out the door. Hit us up on Facebook and in the community forum.
There you go.